Hey Jesse, I've got the generator set at 1.5 megahertz, and I'm just going to do start with that frequency on the vertical input of the scope. So I've got it hooked up directly through the probe here, and it's a direct connect with the proper impedance that matches the 50 ohm impedance of the output of the meter. And I've got a frequency here of 1.5 megahertz. I'm not concerned about the horizontal frequency, so I'm just going to make it wide here, and so that I can measure the vertical amplifier, and I've got it set for 1.5 divisions. So I'm using this outside scale here, and you can see the one there. Let me move this over and you can see it. There's the one, and then there's a 2 up there in the corner. So I'm 1.5 divisions, and what I'm going to do is just slowly increase the frequency here by megahertz, 1 megahertz at a time, and measure the, let's go all the way to 5.5, and then we'll readjust, not to calibrate, we'll adjust the vertical position here and check to see what loss we have. Right at 1. Okay, I'm at 1.5 megahertz, and I've adjusted the vertical position and calibrate to cover a full 1.5 divisions on the scale. So now let's increase the frequency to 5.5, and you can see it dropping. There's 5.5. So now the vertical amplifier is rolling off the bandwidth of it's reaching its band pass. So I'll leave this alone and just move this position switch down, and it's right at 1 division. So I will take 1 divided by 1.5, and I should be probably just a little under 70%, which is 70.7 is the limit of bandwidth of the unit. So let's do the math. 5 is 0.667, which it doesn't quite meet the specs. So let's lower let's figure out what the frequency would be at 70.7%. Okay, so I came up with 1.1. So let's take it up to 1.1. So we're going to drop the frequency here because it's too hot. So let's go to drop it till we get up to 1.1. And let's see where that puts us. Almost there. I'd say that's about right. And we can see that the actual bandwidth of the scope is 4.8. I guess for let's see, a 60-year-old electronics, caps, resistors, tubes, and all this old wire, I'm sure that has some factor. Anyway, we know what the bandwidth of the scope is, 4.8.